Render Unto Caesar by Troy Crawford. Render Unto Caesar is a feature-length crime action movie. It's based on the true story of enterprising kingpin Frank Black Caesar Matthews. In the 1970s, he struggles to hold on to power, and it really leads to a bloody tug-of-war with Cosa Nostra. It's American Gangster meets Casino. Frank Matthews is a very interesting character. I'm actually surprised no one's ever made a film about his life. He's actually one of the top 10 richest drug lords that's ever lived. He actually, in real life, lived across the street from Gambino crime boss Paul Castellano. They were next door neighbors. He actually jumped bail with $20 million and his girlfriend and was never seen or heard from again. So Frank Matthews is born in the Jim Crow South. There aren't really a lot of opportunities for blacks. His mother dies at 4 years old and he moves in with his aunt. In order to make a living, he gets involved in the drug trade and the heroin trade in the 1970s. Now, this disrupts the natural order of things because at that time, the five families of the mafia were in charge of the heroin trade through the French Connection. Essentially, Frank goes to war against the mob in the 1970s, and his enemies close in, and only through instinct and bloodshed is he able to either survive or die in the dope game. After researching these characters, this is a story that has to be told. These men live such complicated lives, I didn't have to change much from real life. Also, with the repudiation of all things remotely stereotypical in studios, which as a minority I can certainly appreciate, but now studios are afraid of films like these, which leaves the door open for voices that tell authentic stories. I mean, who today is making films like City of God, American Gangster, or Boys in the Hood? It'd be a travesty if films like these were stifled under the guise of offensive. Although, Oppenheimer and Barbie are without a doubt brilliant films, we have to keep diverse voices alive because me and Gucci Mane deserve movies too. Some key characters are Sam Bay, a Christian. He's the 321st person added to the FBI's most wanted list. He's an ally of Frank Matthews that becomes an enemy. He actually walked into a club with 600 people and shot dead one of Frank Matthews' top lieutenants in real life. Then we have Frank Matthews. He's the main character. Then we have Major Coxton. This guy is really interesting. He was actually ran for mayor of Camden, New Jersey. He was a big-time drug lord. He was actually murdered by the guy from the first slide, Sam Christian. This is Joe Colombo, who's also an enemy of Frank Matthews. He is the leader of the Colombo crime family, and he was shot dead by a black assailant in the middle of Columbus Circle in the middle of the day. This is a quote from Major Coxton. I thought it was pretty funny. He said, "Most politicians start out as office holders and wind up getting arrested. I aim to reverse that process." Evident, be perfect for any one of these guys. Thank you for checking out my presentation. Until the next time, if there's a next time.